Hello everyone, welcome to Fine Moon Rising. This is your September 2025 astrology, tarot, and energy, as well as some predictions reading. So let's get started for you. Right now I'm just shuffling cards for you to kind of direct the work of art that I am doing right now. So first we have the Sun card that's going to pop out, followed by the Two of Swords, and then we have the Two of Cups, followed by the Queen of Coins. We have this Emperor card and the Knight of Wands following that. Overall energy that is going to come up shortly is actually the Nine of Swords, the Chariot, the King of Cups, and then a sneaky wheel card came out. So we'll discuss that in a moment. And this is your overall energy. Okay, let's get started with the Sun card. And so I'm just examining it here, and I'll probably write little notes down, things like that, to kind of direct your pastel art drawing right now. Just something to look at while we're examining these cards. So the Sun card followed by the Two of Swords to start. I just kind of feel like there's some worry about the future and the future that you are taking. I think things are not moving as quickly as you'd like them to move, and that is worrisome. So idle minds, what do, right? Idle minds, the devil's playground. Is that what the saying is? So you may be having these strange, like you might have thoughts about, oh, is this going to work out? Am I going the right directions? And then these worries, these back and forth worries here, because not quite sure, because things aren't moving as quickly as you're used to things moving, But universe is kind of telling you to chill out. I'm sorry, but you need to chill. Things are moving at the pace in which they're moving, and it's one step and one foot in front of the other is what's happening here. And I think for the month of September, it's almost a time, and we'll get into your astrology in just a moment, but it is a time of kind of slowing stuff down a little bit and coming at things from a different perspective, meaning coming at things not necessarily super action oriented, but with calculated actions, right? As we're in Virgo season. Okay, so there is some worry and a little bit of back and forth there. I do have this Two of Cups and the Queen of Coins, and so this Queen of Coins is very intuitive. She molds her reality. So here's the thing. You are actively making choices that are benefiting you, that are good for you. And by actually doing that, by making these choices that are good for you, in alignment with where you're headed, in alignment with your end goal, and things that you know are good for you, it's actually bringing other things in your life together. So it's almost like the pieces are falling in front of you and you're just kind of kicking them into place. And so imagine a giant puzzle, and there's all these pieces, and you're each day that you wake up and you do something that is helpful, good, and nurturing to yourself, helps you with your progress, helps you with your learning, helps you with whatever you got going on health-wise, helps you with your diet, your exercise, anything like that, and your connections. Anything that is good for you and the steps that you're taking that are good for you is actually releasing. I'm seeing like a puzzle piece falling through the air and plopping in front of you, and as another piece that fits on the board. And so that's kind of what's happening here for you in the month of September. So that's why, you can be stressed and a little worried about, oh my God, are things going to come together? But they are, just one piece at a time, one step at a time. You're laying those bricks. Okay, we do have this Emperor here, followed by the Knight of Wands. And with this Emperor and the Knight of Wands, I do feel like, okay, he's the empathetic ruler. I'll be honest, the Emperor is one of my favorite cards. I just love it. Sometimes I love it more than the Sun, and a lot of people love the Sun card because they're like, oh, happy action. I'm like, yeah, that's action without thinking, though. So we got to be careful with that one. I like the Emperor because he's calculated. I like the Emperor because he's empathetic. And I like the Emperor because he's great for entrepreneurship. So if you... what do salespeople do? They have the unique ability to see people. They see what people desire and they capitalize on that. Is it manipulation? Yeah, kind of. But you know what? A lot of times these people actually want whatever they're selling. So otherwise they wouldn't be talking to the salesperson. And so you have a unique ability that is developing, or just getting stronger in September, to see through people, see their motives, understand their motives. And the reason that is helpful is because we've all got to work in the world, we've all got to deal with people around us, we've all got to deal with all our friends, family, co-workers, schoolmates, whatever we've got going on. And we need to know what angle they're coming at, what lens are they looking through that is different than yours. And so when you know that, when you see that, it's easier to communicate with people. It's easier to know where they're coming from. And it also puts you at ease if you ever have anxiety, like a social anxiety or anything like that. It also very much puts you at ease around that person, because you're like, I know you, I see you, it's okay, cool, let's move on. So Knight of Wands, that's also going to help that movement forward. It's going to create some sort of spark in your life. There's some sort of spark that is burning. I see like a tiny little candle, like a flicker of flame. Now with the flicker of flame, I feel like that is just like creative energy for expanding maybe a business or expanding something in your life, capitalizing on knowledge. That could be knowledge about people or knowledge that you have learned over time. There's going to be some capitalizing on that, which is going to be useful for you and everybody around you. Could be useful in your career path. Okay, and I wanted to talk about what I'm drawing here. I just felt like the Chinese, there's in the I Ching, right? There is this proverb that says, and one of the lines is, be like water. It's best to be like water and do not contend. Now, I don't know if contend was the exact translation that they intended, but it means don't be stagnant. It means, don't stay in one place. We're always meant to move around obstacles in a flow state. Like those pieces coming down. You're taking care of yourself. You're taking care of your business. You're taking care of things in your life, and then pieces are literally falling from the sky, and you kind of kick them into place, and it's just kind of it's a waiting game a little bit. And so that's just part of this drawing. I wanted to make it very fluid, like water, little sea foam in there. Just kind of felt like you needed to be just very flowy, easy, and in the month of September, just kind of any obstacle that comes your way, just take a step back, look at it, examine it in that Virgo energy, examine it, and then see your best course of action. Don't be jumping or being reactive to anything. Okay? You do have the 9, so if somebody makes you angry, don't react. Just don't react. Okay, you have the 9 of Swords, the Chariot, and the King of Cups, followed by this sneaky little wheel card that popped out. And yeah, so I just feel like your overall energy is that of taking action. Now, see, these are small actions that are building over time. So say you wake up and you decide to, walk in the morning or do something that is very beneficial for your health. Well, that is actually going to cause those puzzle pieces to fall down in place, because something else will fall in place. Maybe you get an idea when you're walking. Maybe, you see a bird and maybe you have a rescue or something. It gives you an idea. I don't know. But there's something here about taking care of yourself takes care of you and others. It's a ripple effect. So it's very important. And those are actions. So we can feel guilty sometimes about taking care of ourselves and self-care. And it's in your astrology. We'll get to that in a moment. But I don't want you to feel that guilty about it, because it's actually going to be beneficial for you and others in the rest of your life. Because when we prosper, others prosper, because we can actually help others along the way. And that's just kind of how things roll, right? It's not just I get mine and you get yours. No. If I get what I need, I can help you. And that's just how things go. Okay, so there's a similar thing happening there. There's something here about the wheel, and the wheel popped up, and it's kind of confusing me, actually. It just snuck out, and I just feel like it's a cycle change. Things are moving in another direction, and that's just kind of what's happening in this energy. Is just you might be pushing the wheel, but again, it's like a balance of fate and free will here. And so I do feel like, there is you are pushing something energetically to come to fruition, honestly, but it's also, there's something on your destined path that's coming for you, and I think you already see it. It's almost like you see the path in front of you. You're just not exactly sure how to get there, and that's why we got to be patient. We got to wait, and when the opportunities arise, we take a step back, decide if we take them. Okay? And so as far as your astrology goes, I was real interested in Mars and Virgo right now, and I just use that sky guide, and look in the sky, and that's how I do my astrology. I'm not an astrologer. Anyway, anxiety could be prevalent at this time. Focus on your self-improvement and care. Details are important in the month of Virgo as well, but be wary of perfectionism. But as long as you're putting in the effort, even if it's baby steps, be it, a minor diet change or something, any kind of baby step that you're taking is going to be very beneficial for you in the long run. And so and that's why there definitely has to be this kind of peaceful energy in the month of September where we just kind of watch, wait, and then react. Okay? So there will be some cards that I'll lay out on the table. It's an end cap, but you do have the Seven of Coins, the Tower, followed by the Lovers. And the thing that popped into my mind whenever I pulled these cards, was make the choice to poop up, basically. So make the choice to fuck shit up is really what came to my mind, and it was super loud and crystal clear. But there's something here about there is going to be something on your path that you need to Wreck-It Ralph on. You just need to get rid of it. You need to destroy it and send it on its way. That doesn't mean, be mean to people, but if there's something you need to close down, you need to just not lend energy to, then that's what you need to do. You need to get out of there, change, and move forward. And so, and that, you'll know what that is. It's going to be different for everybody, but there's something here about making that choice to really go after your goals and how you need to do that. Okay? And then, let's see. What else do we have? Did I cover everything? Yeah. Okay. And so I just wanted to take a moment here. Okay. Let's see if I covered everything. Yes. Okay. And you'll make a decision. Making a decision for an action at the end there. Yeah. And you'll know what to do. It's not, rocket science. You just know what to do when the time comes. So just feel confident in that. Okay, if you enjoyed this reading, please like, share, subscribe. See you next time.